We have Feed the Streets 3 by Roddy Ricch. 15 songs, 39 minutes long. 38 minutes, 48 seconds, yeah, no. And this is naturally the third in the Feed the Streets trilogy by Roddy Ricch. And Sean's not here, so I get to review Trap the way I want to. And spoiler alert, it's really not that much different from the way I would review it if Sean were here. I think there's some assumption that I will be more favorable to this than even Sean would, but it maybe in some ways that's true. But I think with the Roddy Ricch record, I would mostly say that it is only above average in trap music that I've heard this year. A lot of it has been trash, but it's only above average in that you have production that is, above par. You have production that is a little bit different. It is a little bit more muted. It has, moments of soul and funk. Like if you take, even just the beginning, like the first track, Just Because, you understand that this is just going to be a much more soulful record. And it's easy to get confused by the first record on an album because oftentimes, I've heard first songs on albums of Migos records that are very artistic and have, trumpets and horns and orchestral things. And the rest is just a muddy, trapped out, bad 808s mess, right? Like out of sync, out of, out of key mess, right? But no, this sound actually continues for songs like Twin featuring Lil Durk, where you still continued to get that sound. And I was actually genuinely pretty impressed that it continued even in that, which is a little bit of a more intense song, but it actually does a much better job of keeping that sound. Like it definitely has a Roddy Ricch vibe to it, which really impresses me. Another highlight of this record is number 1, Freak featuring Ty Dolla $ign. But even as you hear that song, I think both of them do their best on here, and it's a nice song because it's slower and you get some versatility from them. But the downside is that, at the end of the day, there isn't a lot of substantial standout tracks from this. It kind of blends together at a time when you are getting some good music in rap and trap. I think, people are saying, hey, how do you think about the 21 Drake thing? And, it was alright, it was okay. They put in an album, but it wasn't groundbreaking. I think it was just, a reliable hit, right? With other songs like, Kendrick Lamar's album, I think that was an incredible record. Denzel Curry did a great thing with Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. And so I've been impressed by a lot of rap this year. This is just abysmal lyricism. This is just kind of phoned in ideas. I don't feel the passion in this. I mean, this gets numbers, this gets hits. I mean, it's above average, like I said, but I felt like nothing in this really stood out to me as a really memorable project. And I felt this way about a lot of rap this year, and rap is one of my favorite genres, and I don't think I'm falling out with it. I really don't, because I listen to a lot of it every single week, and I really try to give it the best benefit of the doubt, and I just find this to be bland, other than the fact that the production is carrying it a lot. So all in all, that's my opinion of it. It's not too complicated on that regard. I just wish that artists would, this branches out into R&B a little bit, like neopop, but I think that's almost a little bit too safe, and even this is a little bit too safe of an attempt to do that for Roddy Ricch. I get that he has other sounds on other records slightly, because Feed the Streets is one thing, sure, not really, but I want artists to do more in electronic. I want artists to do more in indie, and I want artists who have this trap motif and they're from the streets or whatever, not be afraid to do that stuff. I want them to dig more into jazz that's not just one loop or one sample, right? Rap needs something, and this is just not it. So my arbitrary scale, this is going to be, what's that one? Counter social, that one that has all the libs on it. Oh yeah, arbitrary scale. We do arbitrary scales every week on Audioface because our review is our review. We do an arbitrary ranking system because you should listen to what we have to say about the review as opposed to, you know, a number or a scale or a letter or grade. And this week we're giving this the, you know, Twitter alternatives, and this is going to be counter social, which is that one really, you know, all the libs are on it. Oh, it has Bot Sentinel, the one that makes sure that you're not a Russian bot before entering. Like, it's absolutely pretty deranged lib stuff, but yeah, this is mid as an album, I would put it. So it's fine. It's a little bit above average, but like one can skip and one can be fine.